Chapter 3137 opens with Tatum explaining to his mother that as a prospective worker in the Ormond household, his schedule may not allow him the luxury of returning home for the holidays. Tanya is deeply disappointed by this revelation, as she had hoped her youngest son would join the family for their traditional New Year celebration. She expresses frustration that Tatum, a young master of the prestigious York family, is now dedicating himself to what she sees as laborious work, far from the comforts and privileges of home. Tanya's disappointment reflects a growing tension between her expectations for her son's future and Tatum's personal goals. She is perplexed by his decision to travel such a long distance to pursue a position as a chef, a role she feels is beneath him given the family's wealth and status. Her frustration grows as she considers the possibility that he may not even be able to return for the new year, a time when family unity is especially important to her. The thought of her son missing out on the holiday brings her a sense of melancholy, and she questions why he would choose such a path for himself, particularly during such a significant time of the year. Tanya then attempts to rationalize the situation, asking if the Orban family employs more than one chef. If there were additional staff, she reasons Tatum could perhaps rotate shifts with other workers and secure time off to return home, drawing from her own family's experience. She notes that their workers are often given the opportunity to take leave during the new year to be with their families, and she wishes Tatum could do the same. Her focus on annual leave highlights her desire to maintain the York family's long standing traditions of togetherness during the holidays. Despite Tanya's hopes, Tatum remains pragmatic in his responses. He acknowledges that until he secures the job, he cannot make any definitive plans. His uncertainty regarding the holiday only adds to Tanya's frustration, but remains respectful, responding calmly to ease her concerns. However, he also recognizes the irony of the situation. Reflecting on his childhood, he recalls that when he and his older brother were young, their parents often left them in the care of their grandparents while they were occupied with work. Now that the roles have reversed and he is the one traveling for his career, he finds it ironic that his parents, particularly his mother, are so eager to have him close to home. This shift in perspective reflects the natural evolution of parent child relationships as both parties age and circumstances change. On Tanya's end, after concluding the phone call with Tatum, she sits in quiet contemplation, letting out a deep sigh. Her husband Liam, who had been reading the newspaper nearby, notices her distress and asks her why she is so preoccupied. He humorously points out that during their children's younger years, Tanya had not been as emotionally attached or concerned about their comings and goings. Now, however, with their children grown and experienced in the world, she seems to worry more than ever. His comment underscores the contrast between the past and present. When their children were young, they had more freedom to focus on their own lives, knowing their children were safe with their grandparents. Now, as their children live independently and make their own choices, her concerns about their well being have deepened. She explains to him her sadness at the prospect of Tatum not returning for the new year. To her, it is not just about the physical absence of her son, but also what it symbolizes, the shift in her children's priorities as they pursue their own paths. The fact that Tatum is willing to spend the new year working as a cook rather than being with family during such a special time is a hard pill for her to swallow. However, Liam adopts a more laid back attitude. choosing to focus on the positives. He reassures her that if Tatum is happy in his new role and enjoying his experience, then there is no need to worry. Liam even suggests that Tatum might return next year with a girlfriend, hinting at the possibility that his son's some time away may yield personal growth and new relationships.